So tell me a bit more about the impact of social media in your B2B communications and how you're meeting new people and interacting with new people and using it to also acquire clients as well.
Yeah, basically, social media and the way I do it got me, I think, every single job I have, and not every single client, but like 80% of them.
Right.
Because I was always like open.
Mm-hmm.
How do they call it? Like thinking in public.
Yeah.
You know, when I was struggling with something, when I wanted to achieve, also sharing the results, sharing some positive, some negative experiences, and people really get attached to it because we are all not perfect. We don't have only positive stories. We also have some negative stories. And it was, I got a funny story when I was a GM of a Canadian agency back in
Mm-hmm.
like 2017, 18. We were working only with companies, like half of the people in the company were in Serbia, half of them were in US and Canada.
Gotcha.
And we were working only with US, Australia, and Canadian companies. And I got a message on LinkedIn from a lady who was the director of new technologies in Ringer Axel Springer,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest media groupation in Europe.
Yep.
And the message was like a girl who was working with them doing SEO and SEM just moved to Germany, and they needed to find somebody who can help them with those things. And they asked her, who should we call? And she said, call Nemanja. And I don't know the girl. Know her from the social media. She saw the results, she saw what I'm doing. And the message from the lady who was a director was, I know you're not working with Serbian companies, but God damn it, for Ringer Axel Springer, you might want to change it. So yeah, that was my first client from Serbia, actually, just in 2018. And I worked with 2 months with them. I left the company, left Ringer Axel Springer to that agency and moved to specialize in some other things. But definitely being able to communicate, to create relationships, that's, I think, number one thing today.
And we should feel fortunate about that, right? Because I was raised in the beginning of the internet, but all my teenage years were already in the internet era. So I kind of take it for granted. But when I start thinking about it, this was not possible 20 years ago, right? Like we are one DM away, one comment away, one cold email even away from like reaching out to top CEOs, top decision makers,
Exactly.
and building a one-on-one relationship, right? And
it's pretty much the same as it was offline, but we didn't notice it.
yeah,
Like I got the first job in an agency 2 years after the guy who is running the agency saw me.
right.
So he saw me on a conference in another city, and 2 years after that, when I was like, I didn't have a job, I was between jobs, had some family issue situation, and I didn't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself.
Right.
And he called, what do you know about marketing? I saw you 2 years ago when I was in a youth work and doing some activism stuff.
Yep.
And that's how I got over there. And after 13 months, I became the GM of the company because of the previous experience.
Yeah, it's like you say, right? It's what we used to do offline, but at scale. Because right now, we can do it from whatever we want and start building out relationships. You're in Serbia, I'm in Barcelona. It can be in America, it can be in South America, whatever it is.
Exactly.
And we have scaled that. Because before, word of mouth was only like your city and the one conference that you go to. But now, word of mouth with the internet is at scale. And I think we often forget about how lucky we are to have it, and we take it for granted.